Picking up right where I left off. This is DHG and Metal Gear Solid 4. Don't want to get spotted by that dude. I don't remember what he does, but he runs away and it prolongs the mission, and yeah, don't want to do that. This isn't one of the maps that you want to get involved in combat in.
Look out! Searchlight! Find something nearby to hide behind. Stay out of the light.
Oh, that light, okay. I didn't see what you meant, Otacon. There you are. Just a guy laying on the middle of the sidewalk. Oh, now I'm in the middle. Nothing suspicious here. My trench coat looks perfectly fine. I think he gets caught here. Yeah.
Snake, find some way to free him.
I don't know how that happened, but that was awesome. I must have an angel with tranquilizer darts looking over me. Where did you go? Oh, there he is. He's coming this way. He's gonna hide here. We'll never even notice. Okay, I thought maybe he would, but nope. He's pretty oblivious. Nice get up. He's not carrying a weapon though. Kinda makes him stick out a bit. Other guard asks him, what happened to your weapon? Like, I don't know, if someone shot me in the ass with something, I woke up without all my guns. And everyone around me was dead. Two guards standing right by an explosive barrel. It's tempting. Nope, nobody there.
What's going on? Huh? Hey, huh? We're up against the enemy!
Okay, I can get by this way. And there's Mr. Suspicious. Those guards are gonna come back to this position. They're all falling asleep.
The interceptor has analyzed a PMC
Like,
data transmission.
I don't get paid enough for this shit. I'm just gonna fall asleep on the job.
On your map.
Never really understood this when designing cities. Having a tree come out of the middle of nowhere on the sidewalk? Why? The whole thing just looks like a damn concrete jungle anyway.
Looks like they're conducting vehicle patrols. Watch out for them, Snake.
There's another game I have where the guy that does autocon, it must have been one of his first voice acting jobs. He sounds so bad. I can't remember what game it is though. I know I did a playthrough of it. It's somewhere in my video library. I think they just found their buddies that are falling asleep. Go right, shit. That didn't work out. He died ass up. Okay. That Humvee caught me out of nowhere.
Location of a resistance member on your map.
Oh, he already came out. Alright. Damn right I'm gonna sell that shit to Drebin. Curiosity has sent me in this direction.
Snake, the location of a resistance member has been forwarded to your map. Check it out.
I'm tempted to put a satchel charge or something here. Nah, that'll just raise the alert level. I don't want to do that. There he is. Got something lying here. iPod music. Because iPods were a thing at one point in time. Now they're just on your phone. Which is convenient, but I don't like how our phones spy on us. There's been numerous times I've been standing at work or talking with someone nearby about a particular thing or product. Then as soon as I open my phone, what do I see? That thing or product.
Looks like they're conducting vehicle patrols. Watch out for them, Snake.
I thought there was some sort of EMP mine. I think that might be in Metal Gear Solid 5. Or maybe just a different game entirely. I think I'll go over here until I see that Humvee, and then I'll last back into that alley. Okay, I hear it. Time to make like a tree and get the fuck out of here. An RPG down here, all by its two dudes that didn't even notice me. He's like, I'm not getting any younger. Kinda looks like Liam Neeson. Well, at least from far away he did. That would have been great if he turned around and it was just a cardboard box.
Who's there?
I'm here to see Big Mama.
Is this the guy? What do you think?
I didn't hear him coming at all. He's gotta be the one.
Yeah, but look at him. He's ancient.
That was a nice spinning heel kick.
Very impressive, CQC, Snake. No doubt about it. He is the legendary soldier. Call me Mama. Big Mama.
The names always were kind of goofy.
I need to talk to you. Raiden sent me.
My, how you've grown, David. It was you, not I, who was created from the rib of man. But I gave you life. I am your mother.
What?
Les enfants terribles. You can't grow a human being in a test tube, not even a clone. You need a woman's body to give it life.
You mean... surrogate mother?
That's an awfully cold way to put it. I am your mother. I gave birth for the Patriots.
Gave... birth?
The forbidden fruit. Appropriate. No? Follow me. I'll explain everything. The man who wants me dead is Liquid, your twin. You think you know him, but I know him better. He was once Ocelot, but Liquid has taken control of his soul. And now he's locked in a bitter struggle with Zero,
Zero.
the founder of the Patriots.
Major Zero.
Found her. When did this happen?
40 years ago. During the Cold War, when the United States and the Soviet Union were still at odds. It was in that chaotic era that the Patriots were born. And I played my part.
It was actually in the aftermath of World War II when the New World Order was established.
Founding members.
The Anglo-American Empire and the special relationship, as they call it. At least back then there was a counterpart to it.
Manage and control the American state. That control endured long after the Cold War ended. The organization became an empty shell, continuing to function through AIs. Those AIs are responsible for the creation of the war economy, and they gave rise to the Sons of the Patriots system. But I am partly to blame. I bear some of the guilt for creating the organization. It was right after I first met your father, Big Boss.
Metal Gear Solid
Back in
3.
1964, I was ordered to take part in a CIA op called Operation Snake Eater, which concerned a new weapon the Soviets were developing at the time.
They kind of made it unclear in that game whether she was working for the Chinese or the Americans.
Big Boss, but I knew him as Snake.
Snake?
Yes, Naked Snake. That was his code name at the time, a name he would give to you, his son. The commander of this mission was a man called Zero, the head of Special Forces Unit Fox. Back then, I was working as a double agent for the Chinese. My objective was to secure the location of the Philosopher's Legacy, a massive cache of hidden wealth, and report it to Beijing. I was to acquire a microfilm showing the location of secret funds amassed by the Allied powers during World War II.
Oh, that exists.
My mission, and was expelled
That definitely exists since then, separated between a bunch of shell banks in Europe. What was the one? J. Farbin or something like that was the biggest one of them all.
It was around then that Zero used the massive funds contained in the Philosopher's Legacy to start a new organization, the Patriots, which would carry out the final wishes of a certain legendary hero. The initial membership consisted of Big Boss, Sigint, Paramedic, and their commander, Zero. Oh, and there was one more who we mustn't forget. He stayed behind in the Soviet Union to support the group as an informant, Ocelot, who is now Liquid. After your father rescued me in Hanoi, I went to America and joined their organization.
Ocelot was probably the most interesting member out of all of them.
He believed that was what the boss wanted, and the rest of the Patriots followed his lead.
Boss?
The boss was a legendary hero from the Second World War, known as the Mother of Special Forces. She had an almost overwhelming charisma about her. The CIA feared this, so they had her eliminated. If she had survived, the world of the 21st century might have been a very different place. We were all influenced by the boss's will. It was what drove us to create this organization, to be closer to that spirit. Zero decided that in order to lead the people, we needed a special kind of icon. So we turned to Big Boss, the last son of the boss. He shared more of her life than anyone else. It was Big Boss, the true heir to her legacy, who was best suited to play this role. Zero elevated Big Boss, the hero who saved the world, to the status of an idol. The truth behind Big Boss became riddled with exaggeration, misrepresentation, and outright lies. Zero
Pretty much like everything.
Stories among the masses and gathered the rich and powerful to his banner. Every era needs its symbols to control.
Kind of funny about how they're explaining it here, how Hideo Kojima puts it in context for this game. It's actually a metaphor for what happened after World War II,
Or the hammer.
with the creation of NATO and the Warsaw Pact.
As the times and currents of politics changed, so too did Zero.
Except the person that died that would have changed things on the American side was Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who
Between him and Big Boss.
led the formation of the new empire was Churchill.
Boss drifting away, Zero realized he would need
He's often regarded
something
as some type of a hero when
Big Boss,
he's not.
their organization's icon. And so
Winston
Zero
Churchill was a
began
bastard.
a new project, Les Enfants Terribles. Its goal was to create a clone of Big Boss.
And Joseph Stalin.
The project was led
When
by
FDR died, he was convinced that it was Churchill that killed him,
after dozens of failures.
as he tried killing Stalin several times too.
Success aided in producing a fertilized egg.
Not directly, but his operatives and intelligence.
Fertilization came from Dr. Clark's assistant, a healthy
Stalin was still trying to purge Russia of the Trotskyists at the time, who were working for Great Britain.
Big Boss. To realize this, I asked to serve as the surrogate mother, and was more than happy to carry you in my womb. I loved him. 9 months later, I gave birth to 2 big, you and Liquid. It didn't matter that you were clones, or that they had manipulated your DNA. You were born the same as any other normal child, from your mother. But Les Enfants Terribles proved to be the final straw for Zero. Determined to oppose Zero, Big Boss broke away from the Patriots. He left the States, created his own mercenary company, and drifted around the world. Sorry. Your father never wanted you. Human life isn't meant to be manipulated like that. I knew that, but I wanted you. After Big Boss left, Zero really lost control. What Zero wanted was an orderly world, one governed by rules. His fortune grew through countless wars.
One governed by rules, not laws, rules. Hence, the thing you hear Joe Biden say all the time, rules-based international order. It's outside of laws.
The Patriots' power grew immense. Their roots spread and took hold throughout the globe. In time, they began to dictate the fate of entire nations from the shadows.
And that's exactly what it does right there. If you pause that sentence and look over it again,
Proud police of the world,
done through intelligence networks.
entire planet under.
That's what the British Empire had done for centuries. For a couple hundred years, they were the one world government. To this day, they still pretty much are, although they don't exist under that name. They're now called the British Commonwealth of Nations. But everything you see the American Empire doing, under the auspices of the Anglo-American Alliance and NATO, it's got the hand of John Bull all over it.
Zero developed weapons, amassed armies.
I mean, when J6 happened, the very first thing was groups from England, from the Chatham House, came over to write the official narrative that was going to be in the history books.
But I cannot imagine.
Hillary Clinton herself called, what was the name of the organization? Council on Foreign Relations, which is a British intelligence offshoot in America. She called that the mothership.
Their absolute reverence for her.
Drawing the inference that she takes orders from them.
So began the war between Zero and Big Boss. Opposing interpretation, each striving to realize the boss's will. Everything you see today stems from their code. Differences, race, religion. This war is no different from any other human error in history. All started with a fork in the path and grew to a great.
It just made me think about what happened to the world before World War I, and then everything that's still continuing to this day that was because of what happened in World War I. The British Empire, the global empire, was seeing everything drifting out of its control through its trade routes, using maritime shipping as a way to control nations. Nations like Russia, Germany, under the control of Otto von Bismarck, the Ottoman Empire, was going to build the Berlin to Baghdad railway, was going to use land-based shipping networks to break away from British control. And so the British Empire decided to kick the proverbial chessboard over. for intelligence networks. That's how it all got started out. The assassination of Archduke Ferdinand started the entire war.
Now, a vegetable.
It had been growing for decades upon that time, but we're not taught that in history.
For Zero, more than anyone else, your father was an irreplaceable icon. No, the truth is, for Zero, he wasn't.
And as nationalism is becoming more and more apparent within our day and age now in 2024,
no longer believe in
it looks like they're getting ready to kick the chessboard over
He
again.
lost his belief in everything. Nations, organizations, individuals. Zero was no longer
Except
willing
I
to
believe
take
this time,
position.
my country is playing a leading role in it,
Instead,
unfortunately.
he set up a network of AIs, a decision-making system formed from all the information he had accumulated. He built 4 AIs, GW, TJ, AL, and TR, as sort of a digital Mount Rushmore, and 1 core artificial intelligence to unite them, John Doe.
GW. Same GW we destroyed 5 years ago.
The same. Ever since GW was cut off, JD and the other 3 AIs have controlled all information on every aspect of global society. Economics, politics, law, morals, and culture. The war economy is no exception. In the shadow of the system and its complete control over the world, Big Boss isn't allowed to live or die. He's trapped for eternity in a brain-dead prison. To bind himself to his friend, to ensure his rule over the world, Zero transformed Big Boss into an icon, neither living nor dead.
Sounds almost like a religion.
Naturally, Ocelot and I plan to free him from Zero's prison. We enlisted Naomi Hunter, an authority in the field of nanomachine research, into our organization. And we used Frank Yeager to kill Dr. Clark. Ocelot tortured the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, also known as Sigint, Death, and made it look like an accident.
The Shadow Moses incident.
With Paramedic and Sigint dead, Zero was the only one left. But we too paid a price. I lost Ocelot. Ocelot wasn't fighting for the Pentagon or the Russians, and certainly not for Zero. He was fighting for Big Boss. He idolized him. When Ocelot grafted Liquid's right arm to his own, his body was taken over by Liquid's thoughts and spirit.
This was one of the things within the Metal Gear canon that never really made sense, and people always laughed about, and for good reason. The whole Liquid Ocelot thing was just ridiculous.
Appeared to help me.
Raiden.
It was when I met him.
They got FN FALs right there.
Of Big Boss.
Those are supposed to be great rifles.
It was in the data he obtained from GW. Together, he and I retrieved Big Boss. But Big Boss, still asleep, as Zero had.
Why did Zero keep him alive?
People need heroes. Zero wanted to create a messiah. A legend. Never die.
Or a false idol.
Body. Is it here?
I'll take you.
I do believe the action gets started shortly here.
This is his pyx. His holy ark. His body is alive, but his consciousness is locked away by nanomachines.
It's just creepy.
So technically speaking, he's not really brain dead. We can't allow Liquid to inherit the same sins that corrupted Zero. Manipulating people's minds for the sake of his own.
I think that dude was holding a Scorpion. Now, looks like he's got a MAC-10. Or an Uzi, one of the two. I don't think they have Uzis in this game, though.
She's gone. She's not in the Nomad anymore.
When?
Less than an hour ago. She disappeared right after she and Sonny got back from Dr. Madnar's place.
Why weren't you watching her?
I didn't have my glasses on.
Naomi said it herself. The experiment can't succeed without her.
You think she went back to Liquid?
What about Raiden?
Good news on that front. We managed to get our hands on a dialysis machine and set up an ICU.
Nothing suspicious about that at all.
Will he live?
Yeah, no worries there. Sonny's taken over for Naomi. But his
Oh, he's got a
treatment's gonna take
MAC-10.
48
Okay.
hours.
I
Until
can see
then,
it clearly
I
there.
can't move.
Hey, you! Come here!
These things. Later on in the game, you get stuck in a hallway filled with tons of them, and you can just farm points constantly off them. If you can survive. I think they drop 5/7s every time they die. And she's got a Mauser in her hand.
Scarabs. Unmanned scouts.
Old World War I pistol. Called it the broom handle. That thing was capable of fully automatic fire.
On your location. Damn it! They're sending in Gecko. They'll be on you in less than 5 minutes.
That thing is quite a collector's item.
We'll escape through the canal route using the real van. Get it ready. Hurry.
Yes, ma'am.
Snake, over here.
When Deadliest Warrior were still on the air, they were doing I think the Waffen SS versus the Viet Cong. And one of the guys that was representing the Waffen SS had the Mauser broom handle, and he did a fully automatic unload of it. He fired, I think, 20 rounds off in like maybe a second, somewhere around there. The look on his face after he got done firing that off was, he looked like he just shit himself.
They want to join a PMC.
That was a really cool show, but it was only on for 3 years.
PMCs that killed their parents and used their earnings to support their younger siblings. There are countless child soldiers like these in the PMCs. Nowadays, anyone with a computer can get combat training. The FPS games that these children love are distributed for free by these companies. Of course,
That was part of how video games came about.
It's so easy for them to get.
I just read an in-depth article on that not too long ago.
They're in the PMCs holding real.
The military-industrial complex partnered with a bunch of tech companies trying to provide virtual training for soldiers, and that's how the video game industry started.
It's cool to fight like this. They think that combat is life. They don't need a reason to fight.
And it wasn't just video games in general, it was computers.
Game.
The military companies and the Pentagon needed a more efficient way of tracking data in real time in large numbers and quantities than what you could do with paper. So they invented computers. They found the situation from the Americans' perspective of things in World War II to be lacking. They just couldn't find out real-time data quick enough.
With so many wars being waged, oil and biofuel have become as precious as diamonds. It's been a while since I went out for a ride.
Are you sure about this?
I only get off my bike.
Kind of
when I-
makes me draw the inference that Kojima's saying he believes in the whole fossil fuel theory.
fall dead.
That all these hydrocarbons came from dinosaurs and all these other bioorganisms. It's horseshit. The Earth produces these things. The whole fossil fuel theory's so full of holes that you can compare it to Darwinism. It can't explain anything. But there's a lot of things that the abiogenic oil theory, saying that the Earth produces these things, can explain. Like, while the Saudi Arabian Basin in Saudi Arabia, one of the world's largest oil reserves, it keeps replenishing itself. No one knows how. But it can't replenish itself like that if these were, in fact, bioorganisms that just decomposed over time and got compressed between layer sediments.
Here we go.
The VZ-83. I think that might be the technical name for the Scorpion. This could be the Czech Republic. I think it was Czechoslovakia back then, but that's where the gun was manufactured originally. That was back when they were still part of the Warsaw Pact.
We have to keep Big Boss's body out of enemy hands, no matter what. Get the body safely to the canal escape port.
Let me take a look at it here. Not exactly a Scorpion, but it looks close. Looks like an updated version of it. I don't know if it fires the actual 9x... It says 9x18. That would be the 9mm pair. Hold on a second. I can't get into the Drebin shop. Okay, let me look at my ammo. I can't remember if the 9mm NATO round is 9x19. Okay, yeah. That's the NATO round. That's the one everyone thinks of as 9mm. The one this one uses, 9x18, that's the Makarov round. Doesn't have as much power, but it's the same diameter, 9mm.
We've got kicked off.
I think... you can only use a one-handed weapon here. I'll take the MAC-10. 45 caliber for the win.
What the hell are you doing, Snake?
Oh, I shot the good guys. My bad. Now you know why they had all those explosive barrels sitting around. There's those special forces members. That 45 would not penetrate that body armor, no way in hell. That's one way to do it.
Here they come. Need a hand on the right.
Oh, he flew. Oh, that was one of those special forces ladies. Can't remember the name of that thing. I think it's called an M32. It's like a grenade launcher revolver. I don't know if that thing was ever used in a large conflict. See it a lot in games and movies, though. Seems that the military opted to put grenade launchers on the bottom of their rifles, or just use the separate grenade launcher itself, the single shot one. What was its name? The bloop tube. Got a lot of use in Vietnam. I think they still use it today. I know police agencies do to shoot tear gas. M79 is what it's called. So many targets. Frogs, that's what the Navy SEALs are called. Frogmen.
I'm fine. They're here. Need help behind. They're still fighting.
I think we lost them.
There it is.
Are you okay? Big Mama, come on. Stay with me. Eva, I need you.
Is that you? Mother's work is never done.
Big Mama.
Where's the van?
Over there.
Or like demons.
The children. No. So sorry.
FNFAL.
She'll be coming to search the van.
A lot of people would argue that
I'll
was
take
the
care of it.
best
Stay
battle
here.
rifle ever
Keep
created.
watch.
I'll contact the children.
Whatever the hell a battle rifle is.
Take this.
Snake, come back in one piece.
I will.
Promise me.
Something, not too friendly is awaiting up them steps. time to get sick.
Give me your anger, Snake! Let it boil to the surface! Let your fury flow freely! Anger begets anger! Come on! Show me your rage!
Alright, I'll do this boss fight in the next video.